Now that we know a little bit about Smart Notebook, let's talk about some tips and tricks that can help with the creation of your lessons. I'm going to put a star right here as an object. And above that star, I'm going to put some text. So I touch the text box, and this is my object. We're going to label it right there. Now that I have objects and text, I want to format them a little bit, so it's important to use the selection tool. Otherwise, I'm going to keep typing all over my page. With my selection tool, I can now move these anywhere that I want. Once I get them in perfect alignment, I can then change the size by grabbing the corner here, or I can change the orientation by using the green dot up top. Now that I have it right where I want, I'm going to highlight both of these, again with the selection tool here. Grab somewhere that's not on one of these objects and slide across. Now I've highlighted both. Now that I have my objects in perfect alignment, I want them to stay right where they are. Using the right drop-down menu, I can find Group. When I select Group, these two objects become one thing. Now I can move it wherever I want, but the formatting stays the same. Remember, everything on Smart Notebook is editable, so once I have it where I want to lock it in place. Using the same right drop-down menu, I go to Lock and Lock in Place. Now, I can try to move it all I want, but it's not going to go anywhere. This also prevents students from being able to move it. To unlock it, I simply use the same drop-down menu, select the object, and choose Unlock. And now, it's movable again. If I want to change an individual portion, I use my same drop-down menu and Ungroup. Now, when I select one of these objects, I can move them wherever I want. Let's try a different formatting option. I'm going to take my star and move it behind my words. My words are locked in place, so the star automatically goes to the back. If I want to move the words, I have to first unlock it. Now, either of my objects are movable. Using the same right drop-down menu, I can send the words to the back of this object. Now my star lays on top. Well, we know that's not going to be very readable, so I'm going to use the same drop-down menu and change the order, bringing the text back to the front. Now the text lays on top of my object. Again, I'll highlight both of these and go to Group and regroup them. Another option that I have for any object on my page is to link it. Using my drop-down menu, I can either link it to a tool in my presentation, or I can make it create its own sound. If I choose Link, however, I have a couple more options. After choosing Link, I get this pop-out box, and I can either choose to link to a web page or another page in the file, or even a file on my computer. Let's link to a web page. Let's make this object take us to YouTube. If you have a specific website, just copy and paste the URL in here. Now I can either have a corner icon that's my link or the entire object. I recommend the entire object. Click Insert Link, and you're done. Now that when I click somewhere else in my presentation, you can see that when I move my cursor over that object, it becomes a clickable link. When I select the link, it opens my web page.